Here they are on this one. You got Tankafet, Insania, Haxorink, Zibe, and Les QQ actually going to be joining them today. It's kind of interesting because, from my understanding, Onmi was going to be their 5th member, and even Pandy was stepping in last week. But now they have Les QQ coming back. Les QQ, he's been in the HoN scene for a while. It's been a while since I've seen him with that said, but it is good to see him around and playing here for Team NK, so we'll see how he can perform. But they're going up against Team KAGE here. This is always a team that bounces back and forth between that Golden Diamond division. However, here for cycle number 10, they got a little bit different of a roster, as you can tell. They definitely got a powerful roster. They got 9-man, who's normally their leader, but then they also have Pandy, the HoN Jesus, aka Onmi, Fabelli, and Embry. So this is actually a pretty legit lineup over here on Team KAGE, and it's going to be interesting to see how they finish off here for cycle number 10. And again, maybe try to upset Team NK, who like I was just talking about. They're right now in a 4th place spot. They're trying to get that 3rd place spot to have a bye all the way to the 2nd part of the playoffs. So very, very important that they definitely get a win here and do not set themselves behind. So with that said, again, it's going to be funny to see how things play out here with this cycle and as far as the results. Now, as far as this matchup specifically moving on, let's take a closer look and see what the hell's going on. So as we can see over here on Team NK, we got the Pestilence. First pick, Rhapsody, going to be that follow-up pick for them. Bubbles to finish things off. Rhapsody has been the go-to supportive choice, it seems like, over these last couple of weeks here especially. We saw in the 2nd weekend, really, of cycle number 9, last weekend, obviously. Both Stay Green Line Esports Club, Team NK was playing excellent. I mean, everyone was playing it felt like. So again, kind of out of nowhere to an extent, Rhapsody all of a sudden becomes a go-to support hero. And it seems like she's becoming a good replacement for Engineer. Engineer obviously getting those nerfs. She's a good replacement for that laning phase especially. She's definitely arguably a stronger laner when it comes down to it, with a staccato stun. The Disco Inferno, of course, a very, very, very useful ability all throughout the game, especially early on for pushing and healing up in the laning phase. So it seems like, there's good reason why she's popular, but it is kind of crazy again, just how all of a sudden she just started to take off here as far as a go-to support hero. So Team NK, their lineup so far, obviously looking very strong here. You go back over to Team KAGE now and see what they're dealing with. They actually first picked that Drunken Master. Very interesting start. The Drunken Master, Corrupted Disciple, and Torturer coming out here now. Team KAGE, again, especially with this kind of being a new team to an extent, with these players kind of coming together here for this last cycle. In a sense, it really is kind of a pickup team here. So I think a lot of their drafts is going to be around whatever they're just comfortable playing. This is a team that really don't have much experience playing together as the players go. So I'm not expecting any crazy teamwork by any means out of them, but giving the players what they're maybe comfortable with. And I think that's what their draft kind of reflects right here. I mean, a first pick Drunken Master, don't think we normally see that. But in this case here, I guess they wanted that Drunken Master, so they just wanted to get it out of the way as soon as possible. So it's definitely going to be interesting here to see how that obviously shapes up for their sake. Now, as far as Team NK is concerned, they're going to follow up with the 4th pick here. But before we talk about that, let's take a closer look at the bans, of course, that came out right here. We're looking at Blitz, Tempest, Moraxis, Parasite, Pebbles, and Moon Queen. So those are the 6 bans going to be coming out here. Again, for Team NK, it must be interesting, too, going up against a team like Team KAGE. Again, kind of a new team put together. Very skilled players, definitely. A team that can upset you. So you got to definitely bring your A game if you're Team NK. But again, a newer team. So how are they going to play? What is their play style going to be like? What heroes do you ban against them? So again, kind of the odd spot of, well, we don't really know how these guys play, as I don't even think they know for that matter in Team KAGE. So you kind of just go with what you feel comfortable with. And overall, I mean, Blitz and Moraxis is kind of interesting with that said. We did see Moraxis make a little bit of an appearance in that 2nd weekend as well of cycle number 9. So maybe Moraxis also making a little bit of a comeback because of nerfs elsewhere perhaps. But we'll see how that definitely shapes up as, of course, Cycle 10 moves along. But as far as their follow-up pick, Gemini. Talk about another hero that's getting some attention recently. More and more of that. Gemini most certainly is. It seems like, once again, people are on the Gemini train. Always has been a very powerful hero in the TMM scene, but definitely making a strong comeback here in the competitive scene. Didn't receive any changes now for a while, but it's just people realizing once again how powerful this hero could be as far as scaling especially. I mean, it's ridiculous with that elemental Force, his passive ability, how much of a carry he can really be when it comes down to it. Even in the early game stage, though, he can be a great assistance. The Twin Breath and the Twin Fangs. Now, it seems like a lot of the Gemini players, and I believe in this case, we'll see Haxer most likely play it, and he tends to go that Twin Breath, Twin Fangs build. It allows for very, very aggressive play early on in the game as well, and a great team involvement. So, definitely an all-around, very sound hero here, picked up by Team NK. I'm sure they're happy to have it. Master of Arms going to be coming out for Team KAG. So Master of Arms, so you got the Torch already on top of that. Something tells me that could be a dual support coming out right here, of course. You do look at the jungling situation. You got Tempest, Ophelia, Parasite, Keeper of the Forest, all being banned up, so probably not going to be seeing any of that. So yeah, something like a Drunken Master of Arms mid lane, a very, very strong one. You got Torture maybe to babysit that Corrupted Disciple. Possibly going to be going a suicide option here. I know Pharaohs tended to be pretty popular as of recently too. Speaking of another hero that's kind of jumped back on the scene. Usually more of a Tempest counter if anything though, so maybe not the Pharaoh. When you look at it from that perspective, but again, we'll see what they ultimately finish off with here. Wretched Hag is actually still on the board as well. That one happens. Okay, they're going to go Luna, so actually that's what I was going to get at. Maybe even more of an idea of a tri-lane setup going to be coming out here from Team KAG, and especially with that Luna final pick, something tells me that is very, very possible here. Not guaranteed, and they could definitely do something like a Drunken Master Suicide, and Fabelli has been known to play that role before, so that wouldn't be out of the question either, but we'll see what Team KAG decides to go here as far as their setup is concerned. So here we are, game number 1. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be back with Heroes of New Earth here, casting on the weekend, and got some great HoN tour again. This is cycle number 10. I can't believe I'm finally saying that, man. It seems like we just started this season last weekend. I mean, it's crazy how fast time has moved when you really reflect on it. But here we are. The final cycle of season number 2 has come upon us. We've been through so much here of season number 2. Again, when you really think back of all the roster changes, of all the team changes, of course, the HoN drama. What would it be without all the drama? Everything that has happened, the strategy shifts, the big balance patches that have come into play. And here we are. The final 2 weekends here going to be coming out for the regular season, and then, of course, the playoffs to follow, and then eventually that global grand final stage where $150,000 will be on the line, the biggest prize pool in Heroes of New Earth history. I still can't believe that, too. I mean, that hasn't even hit me yet either. I don't even know if that's hit a lot of people yet, but we have a $150,000 global grand finals tournament coming up come the end of the March time frame. So, holy crap, it's going to be epic, man. It's going to be a great finish, and I cannot wait for that to come. With that said, enough about all that, though. Let's take a focus on this game, of course, and see how things are going to develop here into the laning phase. So, with that said, it looks like it is going to be more of that tri-lane setup here from Team KAG. However, it's going to be with the Corrupted Disciple. I'm a little bit surprised to see that. I was expecting, if anything, maybe that Drunken Master as more of the farming hero in the tri-lane setup, especially with the Master of Arms here to assist with the goo. But no, they're going to be running the Corrupted Disciple bottom. They got Torture actually going to be soloing mid. It's been a while since we've seen a solo Torture. Brings me back to the Stay Green days of very earlier on. Of course, known for running that short lane Torture back when Slicks was even a part of the lineup. RIP and piece of Slicks. Then we got the top lane here. We got Drunken Master. It's actually going to be solo in the top lane, sure enough, being played by Fabelli, of course, here for Team KAG. As far as how Team NK is shaping up, it looks like they were definitely expecting some kind of trial lane. They got Gemini down here. They have Engineer and Rhapsody to babysit. Engineer Kexen will hit a Luna. You see Haxerin trying to maybe set up a Twin Fangs, but again, not the easiest time to land, and we see right there why. You have to be pretty precise. However, the chase is still going to happen, but the Electric Tide comes out, and that'll eventually force them off. So just like that, right off the bat, we already have a lot of aggression going to be coming out between these two teams. As far as this try versus try lane goes, Kexen going to completely whiff right there. And now Tankafet might be in a little bit of trouble. And nope, just taking some heavy harassment, though, with the auto attack. So, I mean, as far as this setup goes, I mean, as far as the stun rotation, you definitely have a little bit powerful for Team NK. All three heroes do have some kind of stun. Again, Twin Fang's not the most reliable, but when you do have a Kexen and Staccatos to maybe set it up, we'll see about that actually happening. You got Master of Arms and a Luna, of course, bringing their stun presence. Luna, very, very shorter length of that stun, especially early on, of course. And then Corrupted Disciple, more about that damage, obviously. So, Now they do have the triple range advantage here on Team Kage's side. So it is going to be an interesting back and forth here between this try versus try lane, as it usually tends to be here at the bottom side in this matchup. So we'll see how that ultimately plays out as far as the other lanes go. Staccato Stun's actually Master of Arms. The Keg's a nice sidestep coming out, as well as a Twin Fangs. Again, it's not the easiest follow-up here for Team NK. And actually, Rhapsody's going to fall right there. Insania goes down. Tank Effet's in a lot of trouble. And Tank Effet most likely going to fall as well. The taunt even going up right there. And a double tap for Embry playing the Corrupted Disciple. So it's safe to say not the start Team NK was looking for when it comes down to it. But again, you got us all right there. They don't really have the best setup stun here on Team NK. They don't have that shard shot coming out from Master of Arms. A staccato stun, it's very unreliable as far as, you know, keeping somebody locked down in that one spot. And then the Keg stun and the Twin Fangs, both somewhat difficult ability stuns to land. So it's that showed right there. Again, great play coming out from Nieman, and eventually setting up the turnaround as far as his sidestep presence goes. So definitely giving his best beacon impression right there with that sidestep coming out. So definitely going to be an interesting time now for Team NK. I mean, Gemini, he is 8-0 in Creep Farm, not doing too shabby there. But you got a 10-1 Corrupted Disciple. In fact, stun's going to be coming out on Gemini, but he will be fine when it's all said and done. You already see the early mana battery on Gemini with that said. Rhapsody trying to work towards an early Ring of the Teacher here, but not enough gold for the mana regen just yet. I'm some of the Scarab, of course. The Scarab just yet. For some reason, I wanted to say Soapy Mask, and I'm just like, that's going back old school. Anyways, so for the Scarab to be picked up for the Ring of the Teacher, not going to be happening just yet. But let's take a close look at the other lanes now while the bottom lane is down a little bit here as I say that. Initiation, here we go. Engineer Keg's not going to miss yet again. Aluna chasing down this Rhapsody right here with Corrupted Disciple. The final auto attack, not enough. Rhapsody barely alive here. You do see Aluna off to the side. They may want to try to dive this, not going to. So many players close to death here on Team NK. Oh, the power throw at Hill 3 cancels the health potion. It takes out Insania. And now Gemini is in trouble. Corrupted Disciple electrified. He's going to fall. And he got Engineer. Embry with a big man mode double tap right there. And holy crap, it is a 5-0 start for Team Kage. What is going on? This tri-lane is just falling to pieces here for Team NK as far as their setup is concerned. Wow, Team Kage is really turning it on, and that was big plays, man. That was big plays coming out by them. Good job, you know, doing the math, and Corrupted Disciple is confident that he could get at least one, if not a couple of those kills with the tower dive. Sure enough, was correct. Got the 2 and got the hell on out of there. So best case scenario, he's sticking around 500 gold per minute early on in the game. That is obviously an amazing place to be. He already has the Steam Boots. He's got that mana battery. Again, the start is pretty damn good here for Team Kage. And I don't know if Team NK can recover from a start like this as far as that bottom lane is concerned. I mean, they're just going to need to play very, very passive here. They are going to go in with the Twin Fangs. We do see Aluna running back over them. Rhapsody now in a little bit of trouble. Who's put down? Corrupted Disciple holding his ground. He's got the conduit on Gemini. Gemini's dropping. He will eventually fall right here. Rhapsody also in trouble. And Rhapsody's going to go down. You do see Master of Arms is low on life. Engineer trying to finish him off. No, the stun from Master of Arms in the last second. And Panty on Aluna gets the kill. 8-0 hero kills, Team Kage. This is Team NK. This is Team NK. They're trying to compete for a 3rd place spot here to finish the season, which would move them along in the playoff stages to the second part of it without having to play the first part. And here they are in their first round matchup against Team Kage. Yes, it's kind of a newer team as far as the players that are put together on it for Cycle number 10. Yes, it's a skill team. He said that going in, but they're inexperienced with one another. It doesn't matter here, apparently. They are off to a phenomenal start here in game number 1. So Team NK, we'll see if they can slow things down again. Let's take a look at the other lanes now as we have a moment here. How's Pestilence doing? 15-3 against a 29-10 Torture. Can't say I'd be too surprised about that one. Les QQ, I honestly, I hope for their sake Les QQ has been playing HoN recently, but I honestly can't vouch for that. Like I said, I haven't seen him in a long time on the competitive scene, so I don't know if that's something that may be coming into play as well, but again, the matchup in itself is definitely not the most friendliest, so not too surprising to see him at that kind of creep farm. You got Bubbles at the top lane, 25-4 against what was a 32-6 Drunken Master, actually. And speaking of that, Drunken Master, bottom lane, though, Haxor's going to fall yet again. When you said Drunken Master at the top side, he's just going to pressure Bubbles and get him to fall back. 9-0 hero kill start right here in favor of Team KAG. So, and all 3 lanes are being won by Team KAG. Bottom lane, Engineer again's gonna fall. We see the port. Bubbles is like, I'm here, guys. Wait a second, where's my team? Bubbles, a very dangerous port, and now he's in a lot of trouble. The final auto attack, yes, he is gonna fall right there. And now we see the chase continue for the lead side. Finally, they get a couple of kills picked up. But at what cost right here? Corrupted Disciple holding his ground. The conduit, the electric tide, the overload is up. Gemini's in trouble. Corrupted Disciple, he has 10 mana battery charges. He is going to be more than fine. Another double tap. Embry is 7-0-5. We're 7 minutes into the freaking game. He already has 12 kills he's been involved in. Energizer, and oh, the nice destroy it by Haxon right there to prevent another death from happening. All 12 kills, though, he's been involved in. You got Master of Arms is 0-1-10. Again, we're only just over 7 minutes into this game. Holy freaking crap. This start is just insane here, especially for the side of Team KAG. And they're not slowing down. Engineer 4 Clyde going to be coming out. There's the follow-up. Balloonist on the charge shot. And Engineer at this point is like, kill me. I don't even want to live at this point. He just falls right there. Tank Effect, or excuse me, Torturer in the middle lane. No, the tank is just enough. The Strength Steam Boot's just enough to keep the HoN Jesus, a.k.a. Own Me, alive right there. As Bubbles was trying to pick him off. Of course, he didn't have a kill field, as he did use it at the bottom lane, trying to make something happen down there. So this bottom tower's going to fall. I mean, Team NK, they have to be in a very demoralized spot right now. They have to be. There's no way that they could be feeling any bit of confidence at this point in the game with the way things are going. So, we're only 8 minutes in, but Team NK, I mean, they're going to group up middle lane right here. They know they need to try something pretty radical. And I think it's going to come down to the point of we're just going to stick together as 5. They have a level 2 Engineer still, a level 3 Rhapsody. So again, under-leveled, of course, under-farmed, definitely. You do see Master of Farms and Aluna. They're going to be roaming from behind. Both of them have boots. Strider's obviously on Panny. Don't drop them, Panny. Haha. But middle lane, the towers did take barely any damage, so the middle push isn't really going to be happening. Instead, they're going to start moving towards the top lane, it looks like, here on the Legion side. So they're going to try to set something on a Drunken Master. I don't know if Fibelli has picked up on this just yet. But we'll see if, okay, there you go. There's the initiation with the Twin Fangs. Bubbles with the follow-up. Drunken Master going to activate that untouchable of his. Will it be enough to staggers? No, everything's pretty much going to be used, and he will eventually be picked off. Now, a couple of TPs coming in. Master of Arms and Aluna are here. But now if they overstep their boundaries, need to be careful. Charge shot, Twin Fangs will be just out of range. Another TP coming in. Bubbles shell surf. He's not going to port. Not necessary. They do get the pick. Torturer comes in, but again, it looks like it might just be a little bit too late. But again, now here comes Pestilence. Team NK, they're trying to pick up some big kills right here. They've already got a couple. They want another one. Will they be able to get Torture the Impale? It does connect. The follow-up, and yes, Zibe will get credit for the double tap. Aluna's in trouble. Power throw to snipe on Tankafet right there, but he is going to fall in the process. TP coming out. Is that Corrupted? No, it's actually Drunken Master coming back after his resurrection, and that should be the end of that. So when it's all said and done, we do have the situation of at least they get some hero kills. But in the end, obviously, not too bad there for the Legion team. At least some signs of life coming out for Team NK. All right, I'm getting that bug again. Just press V. I know, I just need to press V. Unfortunately, it's having some issues. Okay, there we go. There we go. Anyways. So they have 6 hero kills on the board now, but again, overall, nearly a 7,300 gold lead in favor of the Hellborn team, 3,500 experience lead. Holy crap. It's, again, continuing to be very, very good for Team KAG. Corrupted Disciple, 550 gold per minute. He nearly has 1,800 gold saved up. He's just farming the Legion jungle at this point. Now he is in a little bit of trouble right here. Conduit's going to be applied. There's a lightning speed coming out. Pestilence that will hit with a stun. There's an Invis rune. He can't get to it in time, though. Chain reaction is going to be coming out. Corrupted Disciple, he's just tanky enough. He's going to hold his ground. He can't get close enough, though, for a turn kill. And he's going to fall back and be fine. But the team support coming just in time. Here comes Drunken Master, jumping out of Bubbles right there. The auto attacks and follow Pestilence, going on a torch in the meantime. Twin Fix follow up. Nice Twin Breath as well. Beautiful double tap. But at what cost right here? Down goes Engineer. Rhapsody's in trouble. Rhapsody will end up falling. Fabelli's going to go down. Playing the Drunken Master, though. And now Luna off to the side. He is going to have to fall back. Corrupted Disciple back at base for Jennings. We'll see if he can maybe help right here. He is going to TP in, but it's going to be a little bit too late. And a double tap for Xibe. So Team NK, They are starting to slow things down a little bit right here when it comes down to it. And we see 11.5 minutes in. I mean, the gold has definitely gone in a little bit, and the experience isn't nearly as overwhelming now. They're still trying to get those level 6s on their supports here, but that'll come in due time. You got Luna, actually. Did he just finish a tablet already? No, that was, I think he just purchased the pattern, kind of a troll there.
The faster I am, the faster I can get.
Maybe that's what he's eventually going to get, but not just yet. So, but at least Team NK, again, they have calmed things down to the point now where come 15 minutes, I don't think a Gazebo's going to be coming out by any means, but they are still in a tough spot. They are going to try to jump Torture right there, but you see Torture just a little too quick. He even took the Kelpil stun, knowing that was the best option, and he does survive. Now, LesQQ needs that portal key, of course, 1,200 gold saved up, so still a little bit of ways from it, unfortunately, but it is in the works here. Gemini, how has he been progressing? Not the greatest, 277 gold per minute. Again, understandable with the way that bottom lane went, but he is at least moving up and up now for the time being. So, and if you're a Team Kage, though, I mean, not to get too cocky at the same time, we have seen them get a little bit reckless here as far as they're chasing. Again, Corrupted Disciple, farming the Legion jungle like he was with no vision. Really pretty aggressive there. Nearly got himself killed. Actually started that whole fight that happened here in the river, which actually ended up in favor of Team NK. But, so they need to be a little bit careful about that. But again, no doubt they are in the very comfortable spot still when it's all said and done. Firebrand finished on Embry right here, playing the Corrupted Disciple. So that is going to be a very good addition to his item build, it looks like. Again, I think Geometer's Bane here would probably be the option choice. But, I mean, at the same time, getting that Shrunken Head against this Legion team is pretty damn useful, too. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Embry does here. If he just goes into a Shrunken Head, one of the Firebrand for more damage output and farming utility, or if he's going to maybe finish a full Geometer's Bane, or even something like a Frostburn into the eventual Dawnbringer, of course, is not out of the question. But Shrunken Head, especially against the likes of somebody like that Engineer, let alone all the other crowd control and whatnot coming out, magic damage in general. Usually a pretty good investment, so we'll see what Embry goes for here. As far as the follow-up, Drunken Master, how's he been moving along? 325 gold per minute. He's got the Ghost Marchers, Mystic Vestment, a little bit of build-up here. I'm guessing the Soul's Bulwark, of course, is going to be next in line for him, so. And then he got Energizer, just finished on Gemini, so he's finally starting to, once again, kind of recover a little bit as far as his build is concerned, as far as his farm goes. So things are finally slowing down a little bit right here. I don't know if that favors either side necessarily. I guess it would favor more so Team NK if anything, because in this sense that this is buying them time to now get that recovery point. And they got the portal key now in Pestilence. Good job taking out the Ancients right there. And again, Gemini is starting to pick up farm now. They have level 6s on their supports, especially is important. With you got Rhapsody and Engineer coming out right here. So, top tower going to be pushed in by Torture, and Pilman's activated. Tower is dropped pretty quickly, and vulnerability is going to be coming out. You do see Bubbles nearby. He has the Kelpil. Torture knows that it's a little bit risky here, but the HoN Jesus wants to make it happen. Alright, now he's going to fall back with the creep wave. We'll see if he pushes in, though, after this creep wave. Bubbles playing very, very patient, and there's the portal key to Pestilence. So, if Torture pushes up right here after this creep wave, he should be picked off. We'll see if it actually comes down to a Master or Drunken Master Corrupted doing Ancients in the meantime. But here we go, Torture pushing up. If he goes up, there you go. There's the jump. Here's the follow from Bubbles. And yeah, it's going to be an easy kill. Maybe. Deep the Master's Call coming out. Yeah, it'll be an easy kill. All the Masters called it was force them to use a Kelpfield, if anything, to really make sure. So, but yeah, good patience coming out right there, especially from Zibe. Playing that Bubbles to see what's sitting there. The whole time, pretty much, being very patient, and eventually was able to pick up the kill. So well played on his part. So now we're pushing that 16-minute mark, and again, Team NK, what was just an overwhelming start, really was for Team Kage. It ain't so much anymore. I mean, it's still the lead, but it seems like it has been grinding down, and if this momentum keeps up, then you would figure Team NK is going to be in the better spot. So it's not there just yet, but Team NK, they're doing enough right now. I mean, you got a Torture who looks like he's going to get a major totem, so on the way to a Tablet of Command as far as his build is concerned. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of build we're going to see. It's been a while since we've seen more of a carry presence Torturer being picked up. I guess this isn't really carry torture. It was just happened to be solo mid and then farming, but definitely relying more on Corrupted and Drunken as their carry. So yeah, definitely building more of the utility with that tablet of command and possibly a sheepstick later on, maybe a portal key for initiation. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, it looks like the tablet's going to be first in hand. The Soul's Bulwark finish on Drunken, obviously. And again, going to get an idea soon of where Corrupted Disciple is going to go here. As far as his build is concerned. So he's got 1,600 gold saved up. If he was going the Shrunken Head, I would assume he would have bought the Mighty Blade by now to have in place of maybe perhaps the... I guess, yeah, maybe not. I mean, as far as his inventory goes, he is pretty full. Power supply is important to have, so maybe not. We'll still see what he goes for here. Bottom lane, you got Gemini maybe trying to bait something out. Engineer is nearby. Gemini just going to go for a TP top lane. Is he gonna, oh, he's going to be stunned out, though. Red's done from a Luna. Conduit's applied. He'll just Twin Finks away, though. So he should be fine. But top lane, Torture taking the tower kill. Might come at a cost, though. He's going to go for the turn kill. That ain't going to happen, however, unless QQ will actually pick up the kill with the Impel. Middle lane, Rhapsody. Oh, he TP's out just in time. That final auto attack, if that actually connected, it would have been a kill, but it said too bad. And unfortunately, Drunken Master was not able to pick him off. So good timing right there coming out from Rhapsody. Barely able to survive in the meantime. Corrupted Disciple, though, pushing out the bottom lane. But yeah, Torturer, again, getting a little greedy there. He did get the tower kill, so I guess in that sense, he got what he came for, but it did come at a cost. Obviously with his life right there. Trying to progress towards that tower command, though. But at the same time, you know, just giving Team NK kills is... It's, if anything, just really helping them stand in this game and still have actually a solid chance now of coming back. So you got to be careful if you're Team KAG here, especially after the lead that you had. Pandy's going to get a very aggressive Ward of Sight down in the meantime. 2,700 gold now on Corrupted. So, ooh, what happened there? Whoa, Haxerin, he died. Was the Pandy? Okay, power throw connected, yep. Dying in the well. Gotta love that. Pointing back to base. It got picked up in the well, so good pickoff coming up for Pandy right there. Drunken Master jumps in. Good counter from LesQQ, though. And that'll be the stop of that. In fact, going for some turn kills now. Pestil's going back in. He doesn't have much mana, however. He needs more for than Impel. Drunken Master going to jump on him. Stun's coming out from Luna. Down goes Master of Arms right there. And Bubbles will fall back with the team. So again, another case. Team NK just getting enough for a kill. I mean, it was, I think it was something like 16-7 at a point, and now it's 17-13. So the kills as of recently have definitely been more in favor of Team NK, despite the overall still in favor of Team KAG, of course. By the way, the build on Embry, it is going to be a Frostburn. So again, I don't know how I feel about that. I do think the Shrunken Head, very important pickup here for Corrupted Disciple, especially with how active this game has been. And to really help, you know, push the point that you want to really take advantage of the early game lead that you have and force these fights. But he does go the Frostburn, so sure that is some survivability. But it is kind of the in-between, I guess you could say. It will enhance the farm to an extent, not as much as maybe like a full Geometer's Bane, but at the same time a little bit of survivability added on, as well as the slow on the auto attacks, of course, always very nice as well. But yeah, still I still think I would have preferred to see the Shrunken Head as maybe the follow-up when it's all said and done. But now, I mean, I think if it goes full Dawnbringer, I think that would be a little greedy. And now going that Shrunken Head is where you want to go if you're Embry. But once again, we'll see where he goes from here. Abyssal Skull is finished on Gemini. So again, Haxer at 323 gold per minute now. It has gone nowhere but up. This is a Gemini who was really just locked down from the beginning. In that Try versus Try lane, they were just having a horrendous time. And the fact that he is actually looking pretty solid here is very good news again for Team NK. So he's got the Abyssal Skull follow-up. Pestilence also doing a great job. He's got the Mighty Blade here. It looks like Zibe, Tablet of Command in the works, so the Portal Key Tablet combo, obviously a very powerful combo in its own right. Torture finishing his own tablet, by the way, so managing to get that finished finally for him, as he's been sitting around that 300 gold per minute mark himself. Oh, camera freaking out right there. Drunken Master, just like Pestilence, get his own Shrunken Head in the making. Make his way to the bottom lane here and pick up the refresher in the meantime. So Gemini just farming away, and you know, the more they allow him to do this, that elemental force is going to be maxed out here in the near future as well. Obviously, his scaling potential is just going to start to take off. And now, I assume with the split up of the dogs, it does remove the conduit debuff from yourself for Gemini, but at the same time, I mean, Corrupted Disciple will still keep his conduit buffs on him. So it's kind of it's definitely a useful tool, but you know, it's not the counter to Corrupted Disciple's conduit by any means either. So we'll see how that comes into play, perhaps though, as the game progresses on. Corrupted Disciple, another 2,400 gold saved up here. Again, his GPM continues to be impressively high, over 500 gold per minute now. You see top lane Engineer's actually going to push out. Engineer mentioned it at level 9 with Rhapsody. I mean, they're actually out-leveling the Master of Arms and Aluna now, and that's scary if you're Team KAG. I mean, you had an overwhelming lead early on. They were both level 5 when I think Engineer and Rhapsody were like 2 and 3 very early on in this game, getting locked down and whatnot. So that's another scary mark for Team KAG, knowing that they had such a big lead in that sense. And now they're actually behind, as far as at least levels are concerned. Now, as far as farm goes, how is that looking actually between the supports? It is slightly better for Team KAG still. Luna's the one that's up there. The levels is definitely a big part for them. Drunken Master, something tells me they might know he's in the vicinity. Do they have any rev ward or anything? They do not, it looks like. So Drunken Master is going to be fine. It's actually, he just makes his way to the top lane, so no jump going to be happening right. Corrupted Disciple's a loud guy. Activating that overload right there, letting the world of New Earth know that he is activating his powers. But yeah, gonna take off the Ancients right there. And again, if he's going for that Shrunken Head, he's about 1,000 gold shy now, just under even, before picking that up. So that is gonna be coming along. Now, once he gets that, as well as Drunken Master for that matter, that's where I think we'll start to see Team KAG, at least hope for their sake, that's when they really start to turn it on, because again, what's been a very comfortable and a bigger lead early on in this game is going away. We're now coming up to 24 minutes in, and it's now that we're in that mid-game stage, you got Team NK. They're definitely feeling good in a lot of cases. I mean, Gemini, he's working towards a Shrunken Head now, most likely. You have the tablet of command finished on Bubbles. That's being delivered. They're going to jump here in the middle lane. Will they get a Luna? Oh, they're trying to go for it. There we go. Pestilence does follow up. Aluna's going to fall right there. They are diving big time. However, Energy Field going to be used by Engineer. Drunken Master, he's going to maybe be picked off. Use the Master's Call. Not going to be enough. Conduit coming out for Corrupted Disciple, though. And down falls Pestilence. Torture off to the side. Looking to pick off Bubbles. Bubbles is somehow barely alive. Gemini not alive, though. Bubbles, in the meantime, teleport. And he is going to be fine, actually, barely saving his life. Engineer just out of range of the Electric Tide. Wow, that could have been a lot worse for Team NK. That could have been even 2 more kills, but just out of range for the deaths right there on Bubbles and Engineer especially. So, but the big picture, Gemini and Pestilence fall for the Drunken Master Aluna. Definitely don't know if it's worth it. Like I said, Team NK, they dove very aggressive right there, diving at the base tower, even when the secondary tower is up. When you're not even in the lead, at least in gold by any means. So it was a very aggressive dive, and probably one that I'm sure if Team NK had another chance right there, they probably wouldn't take when it's all said and done. So now you have that Shrunken Head though on Corrupted Disciple. He did full right click it over there, so obviously that's going to be a big item pickup for him, as we've been going back to. Also getting close to that level 16 point. We'll see when that progresses on, but now it's going to be interesting to see, again, how Team KAG plays from here. Are they going to look to turn it on? Are they going to push these towers in and try to force these team fights? Or will it remain more of a continue to farm style of game as it's been now for these last 10 minutes or so? Like I said, I think definitely the push idea is probably the more beneficial on their side, but we'll see where they go. Maybe, if anything, waiting for that Shrunken Head on Drunken Master. They got a Porta Key on Torture, by the way, so he did go the tablet into the Porta Key. Gonna say more of that initiating kind of build on the Torture, so good to see there. Pestilence, he must have the Warhammer at least. Did he buy back? I think no. So yeah, he must have the Warhammer, so probably just needs the 1300 pattern, and then he's gonna be good to go. As far as his own Shrunken Head pickup. Tablet of Command finished on Master of Arms in the meantime, so nice utility items coming out here for Team KAG. here in game number 1 of this best out of 3, of course. Luna's running in. Bubbles needs to be a little careful. He actually just shell surfed right there, so yeah, if he overextends, but no. Not going to get caught, and that'll be the end of that. So again, I just saw the Shrunken Head purchase on Drunken Master now, so again, for Team Kage's sake, you would think now would be the time to really start turning things on and forcing the issue, especially since Gemini's still just shy of his own Shrunken Head. They're going to do triple stack Ancients as a team. Gemini's not here, though. This is more for maybe the support team. In fact, Tank Effect getting quite a bit right there. Maybe going to get his portal key even. He has 2,500 gold now. As a result of that, he is level 11, so we'll see if that actually is picked. Was it picked up? I didn't notice. Wasn't paying attention to what he actually clicked right there, so we'll see when he gets back to base. He did spend all that 2,500 gold, though. Arcana picked up by Bubble, so Hellflower possibly going to be in the works there. There's the portal key coming out from Engineer. Would love to see a spell shards on Bubbles, but no. Probably going to be Hellflower, and probably makes more sense. Of course. Drunken Master also almost level 16, though. So, but again, Team Kage, not really a whole lot of sign yet of what they want to do. They're somewhere there. I mean, they're in the middle lane, but now they're making their way towards the Ancients again. Maybe going to think about doing some Conqueror here, but they don't really have the most vision around the Conqueror pit. In fact, one of the Ward of Sights is about to wear off right there, so we do see a Luna getting a Ward of Sight, though, so maybe going to get that idea of trying to set that up. But you do see Team NK, they're very weary of that idea of that could possibly be happening, as they are somewhat in the vicinity. In fact, ooh, the Impale stun. Deja Vu from Panda. He's just fast enough right there, and he is going to survive. They may go for a turnaround even. Torture looking to portal key in. There's a follow-up on Engineer. Fork Lightning. Nice energy field going to be coming out, though. And now comes the Disciple. He's forced to activate the Shrunken Head, but zero follow-up after that. So, yeah, Emperor, you can tell he was timid right there. He saw he might have been coming in. So he pops the Shrunken Head, and then he falls back. But again, Team NK will take that. No kills or anything happening, but if anything, Team NK is just delaying TKAG from getting further ahead, and now Team NK is buying more time to get themselves farmed up. And you got a full Shrunken Head here now on Gemini, or excuse me, actually goes to Frostburn. Interesting. Going the Frostburn route in the end, as far as his build is concerned. So, decided to go the Frostburn. Not that I'm against that by any means. I think, obviously, Shrunken Head always a good pickup, but, you know, Gemini is known for scaling very well, especially with an item like Frostburn into an eventual Dawnbringer. So, nothing too much against that. They are going to push the top tower up here. This is a first tower that's actually happening to still be up. Should be an easy tower push coming out from Ksania. He is going to act like he's pushing it by himself, but obviously that's not the case. Pestilence and Gemini both nearby. So if anyone tries to maybe defend it, not going to be defended. And Team Kage instead, they're going to try to maybe poke at Kong over here. There is vision. There is vision here from Team NK. And something tells me they probably saw them kind of sneaking in there a little bit. It doesn't go all the way to the Conqueror pit, though, so I mean, for the map movement, though, maybe not. Maybe Team NK doesn't have a clue. I mean, Bubbles is kind of in the city. You figure he might have checked with the shell surf, though, if he thought he was curious. And I don't think they know. I don't think they actually know. So this should be a free Conqueror kill for Team Kage here. And it is going to happen. You see they finally scouted out, but it's just way too late. Pestilence jumps in, though, catches the Luna. Here we go. Shrunken Head going to be activated by Grunt Disciple as well. He jumps in for the energy field. Luna's going to be picked out. Grunt Disciple, he is kind of by himself. His teammate's not able to join him just yet. He's chasing. He's going to tunnel vision, though. And now he's in some trouble. Gemini still chasing himself. Chain reaction hits. Corrupted Disciple will survive, though. Pestilence falls. Rhapsody comes in with a big ultimate right there to keep Gemini alive. And down goes Torture. Down goes Corrupted, and Drunken Master, he's now in trouble. Drunken Master is going to be genocided. It looks like it right here, but Belly will fall. Haxer with the double tap, and that is a genocide in favor of Team NK. Holy crap. So they got the token of life. I believe Drunken Master is the one that ended up picking it up. But what a big protective melody from Insania right there at the last second to keep Gemini alive, to help keep him alive if anything. And Gemini was able to go full force after that. Also not a huge fan of Team Kage. And again, they seemed like they were spread out. Corrupted Disciple was pushed in. The energy field was cutting off his teammates from supporting. Although he did a lot of damage in the end, it clearly did not work out. So big fight there for Team NK. And Holy, I mean, who would have thought? 8 minutes into this game, it was, what, a 9-0 lead for Team KAG with hero kills? They were dominating all 3 lanes. They were in the lead. They were the ones to win this game here early on. And now we're 31 minutes in, and, well, Team NK has the lead for the first time this game, both in gold and experience here. That is huge, huge, huge. Coming out in their favor. So, Gemini, his GPM now 433. It is at a very scary point now. And again, he's going to start scaling very well. We'll probably see something like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Behemoth Art here on Gemini. Tends to be a very powerful pickup for him. Not only just helps bulk him up, but of course with his passive, the Elemental Force, the 1 armor penetration per 12 strength. Obviously helps synergize right there with that ability. I mean, you see right now he's running at 486 movement speed because of the Elemental Force as well with the agility gain. So, and there you go. There's the axe of the Malphite. So yeah, Behemoths are going to be in the works for Gemini. Definitely like to see that pick up there. So you know, at this point though, I think obviously it's been a great play by Team NK to come back, but I think Team KAG, they gotta be feeling it a little bit themselves as far as their decision making, not really forcing issues when they had a decent lead. Instead playing more passive of a game, and Team NK took the farm time, and before you know it, they have a lead now. So yeah, Team KAG perhaps that does come down to the lack of experience playing with one another, as we talked about going into this matchup here. For them. So, and again, what is a very important match for Team NK, because they need to get a good finish here in Cycle 10 and have Team Excellent do fairly poor. They need to finish better than Team Excellent, basically, and some to an extent to actually get that 3rd place spot, which again is very, very, very important. It means you move further along in the playoff stage. You don't have to worry about the group stages early on. You just automatically advance on. It is very important. So, the fact that they were even losing early on in their first round matchup was not good news for them. But here they are now in the lead once again. We do see a push here coming out from Team KAG at the bottom lane, so that was a good tower push for them. But, you know, again, maybe one of those that's a little bit too late even as far as that decision to finally play somewhat aggressive there. But with that said, I mean, they still have a lot of powerful things going for themselves. I mean, you have a actually Snake Bracelet picked up here by Corrupted Disciple, so going to be going the Wing Bow, of course, with that change. Remember, too, it gets the 100 attack range on top of the evasion, as well as, well, what a Wing Bow brings to the table, of course. So I think that's that could prove to be a good pickup for them. More damage output on top of that. Could have got something more for like a Behemoth Art himself, perhaps, to really try to tank up. But yeah, I think I like the idea of the Wing Bow. More damage output, always nice as well. Drunken Master, he actually gets a Warhammer there, so I would guess the Shield Breakers are going to be coming out for him. Top tower, though, pushed in from Team NK. And they're not going to work at the in the Hellborn jungle in the meantime. So, ooh, are they thinking about going back to the top side? Hacks are in. Is going to combine together here. He's going to say split up for now. They want to jump something, but they're not pushed out just far enough for they could but no, the Impel just misses. And Pestilence needs to be careful. Shrunken is going to be activated. Pestilence or Corrupt Disciple going balls to the wall right here. The Conduit is getting a lot of charges. He stays in range, does static discharge, keeps him in range. And down goes Pestilence right there. So great man-up choice by Embry right there, definitely. I mean, we kind of saw that last fight where that unfortunately was the wrong decision in that fight, but this time around, it paid off. They get the pick on a Pestilence. And he does not have a buyback action, so that is a huge pickoff. 40 seconds. That Les QQ is not going to be coming back up here in this game at this point. Behemoth Art is going to be finished by Gemini now. That also means he doesn't have a buyback going into this fight, so definitely a little bit of a risky purchase there. At the same time, he now has nearly 3,000 lives, so the chances of him dying it's going to be tough, of course, to kill him, as he is in the front lines right here. Just be a little careful about that. But it looks like he should be fine. However, the tower is probably going to end up falling here. Will it be denied? It will be denied. So, pretty minor here, especially at this point in the game, but at least a denied tower coming out from Team NK. So they will hold off any all-out push from Team KAG, as the lack of buyback didn't really hurt them. And they get a catch on the Corrupted Disciple. Talbot 40 the right direction right here. The follower from Georgia can't get there in time. Corrupted Disciple's locked down this whole time. Finally, Demons of Massive comes out. He gets that Shrunken Head up. And look at the damage output by Pestilence. Jumps in, the Swarms applied it down. Falls Corrupted Disciple finally. But now Drunken Master coming in. There's a Protective Melody coming out from Rhapsody. Gonna help keep his teammates alive in the meantime, and now there was chasing down Drunken Master. Drunken is gonna go down, 3 players dead, only 2 alive. Aluna will board out, and Master of Arms should be fine as well, but wow, I mean, that pick on Corrupted Disciple, obviously they caught him just lingering around just long enough. The Hellflower also did a lot of work right there from Bubbles. It made the Shrunken Head from Corrupted Disciple come very, very late as that fight was going on. And that, of course, played a big role. So this tower is going to take more damage. Buybacks coming out from both Torturer and Corrupted, though. Port's going to be canceled. Torturer, that was his final buyback, by the way. Tower's going to fall right there. Will we see follow-up? Yes, we will. Pestilence, he misses the on Pilsen. Good job using the Talbot to command. Speaking of Talbot, Portal Key coming in for Torture. He jumps in, he takes the stun himself. He's locking out, but no, he's going to fall right there. Corrupted Disciple jumping up, the conduit again applied. Gemini trying to get away. Pestilence as well. Pestilence is going to fall. Gemini's like, I got to maybe get out of here. No, he's going back in actually with his dogs. He's going to jump Aluna, and Aluna did not stand a chance. Look at Exhibit coming back in as well, as he was initially the one that was jumped right there. So Team Kage, they're trying everything to hold this push off, but in the end, in fact, Master of Arms is also going to get caught. Beautiful execution there from Haxer, landing that Twin Fangs. And now Corrupted Disciple, he gets talented forward, he's going to fall. And if it wasn't over already, it might be now. GG, well played. And what a change of momentum in this game. I mean, by the end, Team NK was just dominating, as we saw there at the end of that fight. If I was to say that this game started with Team Kage up 9-0 in hero kills, they won all 3 lanes, you would call me crazy and stupid. But hey, that's what happened. Team Kage, they had the lead early on in this game. It really goes to show you, though, winning the laning phase is one thing. It's what you do with it from there. They won all 3 lanes, and unfortunately were not able to capitalize in the end. Team NK, they persevered. You got to give them a lot of credit as well, sure. But no doubt Team Kage, their decision-making, or the lack thereof, definitely hurt them there. And before you know it, Team NK comes through with the victory. Well played by Team NK right there, though.